video. I'm your headless host, once again, some kind of science dude, and today we're going to have a little physics lesson. For those of you intimidated by math, I will warn you before we get to the scary parts. For those of you with the courage to persist, I think you should stay for the whole video. As you may remember from my first video, I answered questions about my drone, the DJI Phantom 3 Standard. One question that I often get, but that I didn't address in the first video, is how much weight can my drone carry? People ask this question because they want to know if it can carry extra gear, such as more lights for flying at night, or being able to carry an advertising banner and that type of thing. The drone manual has no information about how much extra weight the drone can carry, and many experimenters on YouTube have tested this out by adding weight to their drone until it would no longer fly. This is a dangerous thing to do because the people testing this were getting warning messages about motors and batteries overheating. But it appears that the maximum weight the drone would carry was approximately 2 pounds. I decided to figure out how much extra weight the drone could carry without overheating the motors or batteries. To do this, I decided to use some basic physics calculations from the information that the drone manual did provide. According to the manual, the drone will climb at 16.4 feet per second. It will actually climb at a faster rate, but the software limits the climb rate to the speed so that the motors and battery won't overheat. I decided to calculate the amount of power needed for this climb rate, and I figured that will be roughly equivalent to the same amount of weight that the drone could carry. I did a flight test, and it takes approximately 1.5 seconds for the drone to go from a hover to its maximum climb rate. So here's the equation we'll be using. Force equals mass times acceleration. Unfortunately, here in America we use the English system of measurements. I know what you're thinking. Why do we use the English system? Didn't we fight for independence for a reason? After all, the English play cricket. Their judges wear wigs. How is anyone supposed to take them seriously? And besides that, they drink their beer warm. Not because they don't have refrigerators, but they actually like to drink warm beer, and that's just goofy. Be that as it may, we Americans are resistant to change and have kept this archaic system. The good news is, the English gave us the most brilliant mathematician in history, Sir Isaac Newton, and since he could deal with their stupid system, we should be able to. So back to our equation. Force equals mass times acceleration. To those of you that haven't taken a physics class, you may be confused by weight and mass. Totally understandable, so let me explain. Mass never changes. Weight is mass times the acceleration of gravity, which explains why you would weigh less on the moon but still have the same mass. So in the English system, we have the slug, which is a unit of mass. The acceleration of gravity on Earth is approximately 32 feet per second. I know that sounds confusing, so let's keep this simple. If you want to know what the mass of something is on Earth, just divide its weight by 32 and you will have the mass in slugs. The weight of my drone is 2.7 pounds, so dividing by 32, it has a mass of 0.084 slugs. I flew my drone for test purposes, and it took approximately 1.5 seconds for it to accelerate from a hover to its maximum climb rate of 16.25 feet per second. So let's figure out our acceleration, which is change in velocity, divided by time. Since we're starting from a hover, the change is 16.25 minus 0. Easy enough so far. You divide that by the time it took to reach maximum climb speed, which is 1.5 seconds, and we get 16.25 divided by 1.5, which gives you an acceleration of 10.83 feet per second. Don't get confused by the terms, just remember the numbers. So finally, we get to our equation. As you can see, the extra force needed to safely carry a payload for my drone is 0.9 pounds. You can always round that off to 1 pound and still have a safe margin for error. There are an unlimited number of online courses that you can take to learn basic physics, and hopefully this will inspire you to learn more. Until next time, take care and never stop learning.